not have the privilege of knowing VP Henry, although I have met or known every president since Dr. Henry. What I have had is the privilege to know many members of his family, like Vic and Joe Henry, his son Vic, who served on the Board of Trustees here at Lindsey Wilson College for many years, and daughter-in-law Joe, both of which have passed away, and we miss them dearly. They were dear friends to this college and to the Luckys. We have here tonight his son Dr. Ed Henry and daughter Martha Henry Berry, who are here, and I'm so pleased that we could have two of his children here with us tonight. There was another daughter also that I did not know that has also passed away. Now, in spite of never having met Dr. and Mrs. Henry, I think that Elise and I probably feel the closest bond to the Henry family out of any of our predecessors that we've had here at the college. And I think so much of that feeling of connectedness that the two of us feel with the Henrys, it comes from the fact that we had three daughters who've grown up in that president's home. And every time I see you all back on campus, I can't help but think that you're Joanne or you're Chelsea or you're Katie, and you continue to have that kind of relationship here. So it's our great hope and wish that 30, 40, 50 years from now, our girls will still love this place and be as active in their passion for Lindsey Wilson College as Dr. and Mrs. Henry's children and grandchildren have been. Now, there's so many people to thank for making this possible tonight. And so the first thing I want to do is to thank Robert Brock, because if we didn't believe in Robert Brock, we wouldn't have made this kind of investment in this theater. But he is just so gifted, and the students love him, and you're just going to be so thrilled with what you see tonight, because they're doing amazing, amazing things here at this college. I also want to thank Roger Drake, who just kind of came up and whispered in my ear and said, you know, I think we should throw some money into that. And it needs a facelift, and I think our people can help make it happen. And so Roger was kind of pushing me to do that. He didn't have to push real hard, but he did. Anytime you get your CFO wanting to spend money, that's good. He squeaks when he walks. And then again, I want to thank my bride, Elise, who was instrumental in helping to choose the colors and some things like that you know, she's so good at. And so I want to thank you, honey, for your efforts on this project. And then Mike Newton and his talented crew of physical plant people that did a lot of the work here in this facility. We wouldn't have been able to afford to do it if we had to contract it out. So just a talented team of people that kind of came together on this stunning renovation. But most importantly, we're here tonight because we owe a debt of gratitude to the entire VP Henry family, as tonight we honor them by rededicating this sacred place. So would you please join me in expressing appreciation?
You would think, after having been in hundreds and hundreds of performances on the stage, I wouldn't be nervous. But I always have a character to hide behind and lines memorized, and now I don't. So, yeah, I'm nervous, and I don't know how to handle one of these. I try to pop my peas and bust my beads. Anyway, isn't this a beautiful space? I mean, let's have a round of applause. Everyone who works in theater knows that any empty space can be a stage. And I came here, I guess, almost 2 years ago. I came on as a guest director. I was the artistic director of Kentucky Repertory Theater in Horse Cave. But I had come to know Lindsey Wilson, actually, when I first came to Horse Cave back in 1998 and 99 in there. And Elise Lucky was on the board there, and that's how I became aware of Lindsey Wilson. And I'm just so happy that finally, over the years, it worked out that I got to come here and become a professor and program coordinator of the theater department here. And when I first came, I came as a guest director, and we did Antigone, and I came and looked at this space and thought, it's just not going to work for that. And there were 6 lighting instruments up there. 2 of them didn't work. Okay, so we did it over in Hodge, which was sort of an auditorium. And we made it work, you know, because you can, because it's a space and you can turn that into a stage. And then we did Steel Magnolias over there, and then I started thinking, you know, I want to do, you know, some other plays. I was planning to do Midsummer Night's Dream, and I just thought, Hodge isn't going to work for that. We're going to have to come here. And we did, and we made it work. And then we did the Crucible here, and we made it work. And all along, interest was building in this theater program. A lot of students were getting interested. Classes were, you know, I came as a full-time professor in January of 2011. And started out, I think I had 3 people in a class, and then it wasn't long before that started growing. And so more and more interest is building up. The students are telling me they want to do a musical. And how are we going to do a musical? You have to sing. You have to have music. You have to have sound. You have to have a sound system. How do we do that? And they still wanted to do it. So we planned that, well, we're going to do this. So I started thinking, you know, this space could probably be turned into a working theater. But it's going to take some doing. But I wasn't dreaming big at that point. I just thought maybe 20 lighting instruments would help, and some kind of sound system. And so I came up with plans and justifications and rationalizations, and I worked myself up into this state to go visit Dr. Roger Drake. And I didn't really know him. I mean, I knew of him. We talked some, but I didn't know him well. And so I came into this meeting ready to lay it out. You know, here's what I think. Here's, you know, I'm going to beg. I'm going to do whatever. But you know, the program's growing, and we need something. And it turns out that he had a past life as a professional musician. He worked at Renfro Valley. He knew all about what you need for live performance in terms of lighting and sound and everything. And I don't even think I got very far into it, maybe 2 minutes, and he goes, I know what you're talking about. And that was about it. And then he goes to the president, who not only believes that theater is a vital component of a liberal arts education, but he and his wife love theater. They go to theater all the time whenever they get a chance. So apparently that was not a hard sell. And then we brought in Mike Newton and told him what we were dreaming. And you see these balconies and this whole flooring out here that allows us to do lots of different levels and configurations. And it was all him. He and his staff put all this together. I had a friend who designs lights for Nashville Opera and Ballet, and he came in and worked out the lighting system and how that should work, and then we hired Night Audio to install it all, and it all came together. Way bigger than I had dreamed of, but oh my gosh, this is a beautiful space. And now the theater program, I can just tell you, the students are so happy. They are so in love with this place. They see now that we have a really wonderful space to perform in. And you can see already, the difference. So I feel very fortunate, and I can't thank these people enough. I mean, it's to work at a college where you have these kind of people at the top who believe in this kind of thing and are going to get behind it. That doesn't happen everywhere. So I want to thank all of you, Roger, Mike, Dr. Lucky, Elise, and everybody that had anything to do with this. We are extremely proud of this place. So we have the Lindsey Wilson players have gotten some gifts for you, which we won't present now because they're kind of big and you don't want to sit with them here while you watch the play. So they'll be out in the lobby for you after the show. Anyway, thank you very much.
So let me just rip this off if I can. This is Reverend Victor P. Henry, 3rd President of Lindsey. And this will be hung outside these back doors here. There's a plaque already as you walk out this door to the right. And Elise will decide how to hang this and make it look absolutely beautiful. And so we wanted you all to see this tonight, and we're so excited that it would have a permanent home here in the L.R. McDonald building just outside the V.P. Henry Auditorium. So thank you so much.